wings bore a unique blend of black and golden hues. She possessed a rare power, control over shadows, while her abilities made her a figure of fear. She was a devoted protector of her kingdom and her people. One day, a war broke out between humans and fairies. The humans, greedy for magical resources, invaded the forest armed with weapons of iron. In her quest for peace, Maleficent decided to approach the humans for negotiations. However, they betrayed her, capturing her and binding her in iron chains, poisonous to her magic. For months, Maleficent remained imprisoned. Her heart, once filled with love and compassion, gradually turned to anger and resentment. When she finally escaped, the golden shimmer of her wings had dulled, and her powers were now steeped in dark magic. Returning to her kingdom, she found it in ruins. The humans had ravaged the forest, leaving her people scattered and broken. Overwhelmed with grief and fury, Maleficent cast a powerful curse over all of their elite, plunging the realm into eternal darkness. Crops withered, rivers dried up, and shadows whispered her name everywhere. In the face of this despair, a brave human girl named Eleonora stepped forward. She was a healer gifted with the rare magic of light. Eleonora saw Maleficent not as a monster, but as a wounded soul, determined to uncover the truth and restore balance between the two worlds. She ventured into the shadowed forest. Eleonora approached Maleficent not with weapons, but with empathy. She spoke of the pain and losses both sides had endured and revealed a startling truth. It was not humans, but members of Maleficent's own court who had betrayed her, driven by greed for power. Hearing this, Maleficent's rage began to wane. She made a pact with Eleonora. She would aid in restoring peace between the worlds, but only if Eleonora proved her courage and loyalty. Together, they embarked on a journey to heal the corruption of the forest, confront the traitors, and undo the curse. Along the way, Maleficent rediscovered hope and forgiveness, while Eleonora learned to harness her light magic to heal wounds and mend broken hearts. At last, Maleficent lifted the curse, and sunlight returned to Erilith. Though peace was restored, Maleficent chose to remain in the shadowed forest, serving as its silent guardian. Eleonora, forever changed by the journey, became a bridge between humans and fairies, fostering trust and unity. Thus, the tale of Maleficent, the guardian of shadows, was born, a story of pain, forgiveness, and the healing power of compassion. In a land where light and darkness existed in perfect balance, the shadowwood forest was the heart of the mysterious and unseen few dared to enter. For it was said the forest was guarded by Maleficent, the keeper of shadows. She was a powerful sorceress with horns like a crown and wings as vast as the night sky. Her presence was both feared and misunderstood. Centuries ago, Maleficent had been a protector of harmony, ensuring that the shadows remained gentle and the light did not scorch the earth. But humans, hungry for power, invaded the Shadowwood, seeking to harness its magic. They tore down ancient trees and imprisoned creatures of the dark, tipping the balance. Maleficent, outraged by their greed, unleashed her fury. With a wave of her staff, she cloaked the land in eternal twilight, swearing never to let the light fully dominate again. To the villagers, she became a villain, but to the creatures of the forest, she was their savior. Years later, a young girl named Alara, born with a streak of silver in her hair, ventured into Shadowwood. She had heard tales of the Keeper of Shadows, but believed Maleficent was the only one who could save her people from a new threat, the Sunborn King. The king had discovered a way to harness the sun's magic, burning forests and draining rivers to fuel his golden empire. Alara carried an enchanted mirror given by her grandmother. A relic said to reflect the truth. She hoped it could convince Maleficent to aid her. Alara found Maleficent deep within the forest, seated on a throne of roots and shadow. The sorceress was every bit as magnificent and intimidating as the stories claimed. Why have you come here, child? Maleficent's voice was cold, but laced with curiosity. Alara held up the mirror. Because your darkness is the only thing that can stop the Sunborn King. He will destroy us all, including the forest. Maleficent laughed bitterly. And why should I care for those who once sought to destroy my home? Alara's courage did not falter. Because even shadows need a place to exist. Without balance, there will be nothing left. The mirror began to glow, reflecting Maleficent's true heart, a protector, not a destroyer. Moved by the girl's bravery and truth, Maleficent agreed to help, though she warned the cost of balance is great. Are you prepared to pay it? Together, Maleficent and Alara confronted the Sunborn King. Maleficent summoned swords and shadows, while Alara used the mirror to weaken the king's blinding light. But the king's power was immense, and the battle seemed hopeless until Alara made a desperate choice. She shattered the mirror, releasing its magic. The light and shadow collided in a blinding explosion, restoring balance to the land but costing Alara her life. Maleficent mourned the brave girl who had reminded her of her purpose. To honor Alara, she planted a silver tree at the heart of Shadowwood, its leaves glowing with an eternal shimmer. Maleficent deep within the forest, seated on a throne of roots, seated on a throne of way to harness the sun's magic. Burning the of Shadowwood, she would really set to reflect the truth. She only one shimmer of twilight. Sunborn King's empire crumbled, and the balance between light and darkness was restored. Maleficent, once feared as a villain, became a legend, a keeper not of shadows alone, but of harmony. And so the Shadowwood Forest remained a sanctuary, a story whispered by those who dared to believe in both the light and the dark. Until the Shadowwood Forest remained a sanctuary, its story whispered by those who dared to believe in both the light and the dark. so the shadow of forest remained a sanctuary. His story was put by those who dared to believe in both the light and the dark. Both the light and the dark. After restoring Te heart and bringing life back to the ocean, Moana returned to Motunui, where she resumed her role as chief, but the ocean had more plans for her. One moonlit night, as the waves shimmered with an eerie glow, the ocean called to Moana once again. They revealed the location of a hidden island, Vihinui, said to hold ancient relics that could either protect the seas or bring destruction if they fell into the wrong hands. Moana set out on her canoe with Kua and Hei for company. And to her surprise, Maui appeared from the skies, his hook glowing. "The ocean told me you need help," he said with a grin. "What trouble are we in this time?" The journey to Vihinui was treacherous. They faced a massive sea storm conjured by sea spirits who guarded the island. Moana, using her bond with the ocean, calmed the storm, proving her worth to the spirits. When they reached Vihinui, they found a labyrinth filled with glowing carvings and puzzles. Each test required courage, wisdom, and trust between Moana and Maui. At the heart of the labyrinth, they discovered the relics, shimmering shells that contained the essence of the ocean's power. But they weren't alone. A cunning trickster named Rako, who had been following them, tried to steal the relics for himself. Moana and Maui worked together, combining her quick thinking and his shape-shifting abilities to outwit Rako. In the end, Moana entrusted the relic to the ocean. With her bond stronger than ever, Moana knew this was only the beginning of her adventures. As they sailed back to Motunui, Maui smiled and said, "You know you're not too bad for a mortal." Moana laughed, "And you're not too bad for a demigod." With their bond stronger than ever, Moana knew this was only the beginning of her adventures.
Just feel alive.
Long ago, in a realm divided between the majestic Moors and the human kingdom, there lived a powerful and enigmatic fairy named Maleficent. With her great black wings and horned crown, she was both feared and revered as the protector of the Moors. A mystical land filled with magical creatures and ancient secrets. Maleficent was once a creature of joy and light, with a radiant spirit that matched the beauty of the land she guarded. She spent her days flying through enchanted forests, befriending the Fae and guiding the balance of nature. Among the Moors' inhabitants, she was a beacon of strength and kindness. However, her peaceful life took a dark turn when Stefan, a human boy she once loved, betrayed her for power. Desiring the throne of the human kingdom, Stefan tricked Maleficent, severing her wings in an act of cruel ambition. Broken and embittered, Maleficent withdrew into the shadows of her realm, her heart hardened by the betrayal. Years later, Stefan, now king, and his queen welcomed a child, Princess Aurora, fueled by anger and a desire for retribution. Maleficent cursed the infant to fall into an eternal sleep on his 16th birthday, a curse that only true love's kiss could break, a concept she believed to be a cruel illusion. But as the years passed, Maleficent found herself drawn to Aurora, who grew with the Moors under the once lives of fairies of fairies. The princess's innocent wonder and warmth began to thaw. The icy walls climactic moment of redemption. Maleficent sought to undo the curse, but her power was not enough. However, her genuine love for Aurora, a love as pure as the bond between a guardian and child, manifested in an unexpected way. As Maleficent kissed Aurora on the forehead, the curse broke, proving that love transcends vengeance and bitterness. Aurora became queen, uniting the human kingdom, and the Moors in peace. Maleficent, restored to her true self, became the dark guardian of the Moors once more, a symbol of strength, forgiveness, and the power of love. And so Maleficent's tale was no longer one of hatred and revenge, but of healing and redemption. A story of how even the darkest heart can find the light again.
Once upon a time, in a forest where sunlight danced through emerald leaves, there was a small village surrounded by towering trees and sparkling streams. At the heart of the village lived a young girl named Lyra who had the most extraordinary gift. Her voice, every time she sang, the flowers would bloom, the rivers would hum, and the stars would shine brighter. But Lyra was not like other villagers. She had been found as a baby in a cradle woven from golden vines, left the edge of the forest. The villagers adored her, but she often felt drawn to the woods, as though they were calling her home. One day while wandering through the forest, Lyra stumbled upon a mysterious harp carved from crystal, resting beneath an ancient oak tree. As she touched it, a soft melody filled the air, and a radiant fairy appeared, her wings shimmering like 1,000 rainbows. Lyra, the fairy said, "You are the keeper of the enchanted melody. Long ago the song of harmony was stolen from the world, leaving discord and sorrow. Only your voice can restore it, but beware, for the Shadow King seeks to silence you forever." Lyra's heart pounded, but she nodded. She would protect the song at all costs. The fairy handed her a silver locket, explaining, "This will guide you to the fragments of the lost melody. Unite them, and you will bring harmony back to the world." First fragment hidden within a frozen waterfall, she ventured into the whispering caves, where her voice calmed the restless spirits guarding the second fragment. Finally, she entered the Shadow King's dark castle, where the final fragment lay in his clutches. The Shadow King, a towering figure cloaked in darkness, sneered at her. "You cannot defeat me, child. Your light is no match for my power." But Lyra stood tall, her silver locket glowing. She began to sing, her voice pure and strong. The melody she created filled the castle, shattering the shadows and revealing a beautiful chamber bathed in golden light. As the fragments united, a wave of warmth spread across the land, banishing darkness and filling every heart with joy. The Shadow King crumbled to dust, and the castle transformed into a magnificent sanctuary. The fairy reappeared, her eyes sparkling with gratitude. "You have restored harmony, Lyra. The world is forever in your debt." Lyra returned to her village, but she was no longer just the girl with the magical voice. She was a legend, a guardian of harmony, and her songs became the heart of the world at peace. And so Lyra's melody lived on, a timeless tune carried by the wind, reminding all who heard it that light and love could conquer even the deepest shadows.
Once upon a time, in a quiet forest, there lived a wise old owl. The owl spent its days sitting high in a tree, watching everything that happened below. The animals in the forest often argued with one another and sought the owl's advice. One day, a rabbit and a squirrel came to the owl, arguing over who was faster. The rabbit claimed its long legs made it faster, while the squirrel insisted its intelligence
said, let's settle this with a race run from here to the big oak tree and back. But remember, the goal is not just to prove who's faster, but to complete the race fairly and honestly. The rabbit, confident in its speed, raced off and quickly took the lead. The squirrel, though slower, didn't give up and kept running steadily. Along the way, the rabbit got distracted and stopped to eat some grass, thinking it had plenty of time. The squirrel focused on the race, passed the rabbit and reached the finish line first. The owl smiled and said, it's not always about being the fastest or the strongest. Patience, persistence, and focus will take you further than overconfidence. Overconfidence. Overconfidence.
Moral and focus are more important than overconfidence in achieving success.
Get your Rose ka Rose.
CSC 1000 Plus. Give your best her rose.
Abhi Bacha Party out and get your favorite Ogo merchandise. Available in-store and online nationwide.
Moana in the heart of the ocean. It was a calm morning on the island of Motunui, when Moana stood gazing at the horizon. Ever since she restored Te heart and saved her people, life had returned to normal. But Moana couldn't shake the feeling that another adventure was calling. One evening, as Moana walked along the beach, she noticed a shimmering light beneath the waves. Curious, she waded into the water. To her amazement, the ocean placed a glowing blue gem in her hand. It pulsed with energy, unlike anything she had seen before. Grandma Talo would have called this a sign, Moana whispered. The next morning, Moana consulted the village elders. They told her the gem was the heart of the ocean, a sacred relic said to keep the seas in balance, but something had disturbed its power, causing strange storms and wild waves to spread across the islands. Moana knew what she had to do. With a trusty boat and her ever-playful rooster, hi-hey, she set sail to return the heart of the ocean to its rightful place, a hidden temple deep in the sea, guarded by an ancient, mysterious creature. Along the way, Moana reunited with Maui, the shape-shifting demigod who eagerly joined her quest. Together they faced challenges, whirlpools that tried to swallow them, trickster sea spirits, and a mighty sea serpent who guarded the temple. Using her courage and connection to the ocean, Moana managed to calm the sea serpent. With Maui's help, she placed the heart of the ocean in its pedestal, restoring harmony to the waters. While as the sea calmed, the creature bowed in gratitude, revealing itself to be a guardian spirit sent by Te Fiti. The ocean chose wisely, it said, before vanishing into the waves. Moana and Maui returned home as heroes once again. Before Moana, the journey wasn't just about saving the seas. It was about discovering that her bond with the ocean was stronger than ever, and that her destiny as a wayfinder would always guide her to where she was needed most. And so, the legend of Moana, the girl who saved the ocean twice, spread across the islands, inspiring generations to come.
Once upon a time in a land where magic and mortals coexisted, there lived a powerful yet misunderstood dark fairy named Maleficent. She dwelled in the mystical moors, a land brimming with enchanted creatures, shimmering waters, and ancient trees. Though fear spirit by name, Maleficent was once a protector of the Moors, a guardian of peace and magic. As a young fairy, Maleficent befriended a human boy named Stefan, who had wandered into the Moors. Their bond grew deep, and she trusted him with the secrets of her land. But Stefan was ambitious and craved the wealth and power of the mortal kingdom. When the greedy king offered his throne to anyone who could defeat the dangerous fairy of the Moors, Stefan betrayed Maleficent. He cut her majestic wings in an act of deceit, presenting them as proof of his victory. Heartbroken and consumed by anger, Maleficent's once kind heart turned cold. She swore to protect her land at all costs, using her immense powers to build a magical barrier around the Moors, keeping humans away. Years later, Stefan, now king, celebrated the birth of his daughter. Aurora Maleficent, seeking revenge, arrived uninvited at the christening. She cast a curse upon the innocent child on her 16th birthday. Aurora would prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a deep eternal sleep. Only true love's kiss could break the spell. The curse was a reflection of Maleficent's belief that true love did not exist, for Stefan's betrayal had shattered her faith in it. Despite her hatred for Stefan, Maleficent secretly watched over Aurora as she grew. Hidden in the shadows, she saw the child's innocence and laughter bring light to even the darkest corners of the world. Aurora, unafraid of Maleficent, began to seek her out, calling her fairy godmother. Maleficent's heart, long buried under layers of anger, began to soften. By the time Aurora neared her 16th birthday, Maleficent tried to revoke the curse, but her magic was too strong. The curse was unbreakable. On Aurora's 16th birthday, she pricked her finger as foretold and fell into an enchanted sleep. Desperate, Maleficent brought Prince Philip, a kind and noble young man who had met Aurora, to the castle. He kissed Aurora, but nothing happened. In anguish, Maleficent approached the sleeping princess. With tears in her eyes, she whispered an apology for the pain she caused and kissed Aurora's forehead. In that moment, the pure, unconditional love Maleficent had for Aurora broke the curse. Aurora awoke, and the two embraced. Maleficent and Aurora united the Moors and a human kingdom, bringing peace to both lands. Maleficent's wings were restored, symbolizing the return of her true self. Though the dark fairy was feared, no longer she remained a guardian of the Moors, reminding all that even the darkest hearts can find redemption in love and forgiveness. And so Maleficent's tale became one of hope, proving that even in a world of betrayal and sorrow, love could heal all wounds.
नए सर्फ एक्सेल की स्टेन लिफ्टर टेक्नोलॉजी खींच निकाले सालन से लेकर कीचड़ तक हर तरह के जिद्दी दाग। तो दागों से क्या डरना, सर्फ एक्सेल है ना।
Yango presents lowest price guarantee. एयरपोर्ट से घर सिर्फ 400 रुपए, घर से जिम सिर्फ 350 रुपए। ये तो एडवर्टाइजिंग लाइंस थी, but I checked it real time. Yango is giving the lowest prices compared to all the other apps. Yango के साथ lowest price is guaranteed.
Once upon a time, a couple wished for a child. The wife longed for some rounded type of vegetable belonging to a witch. The husband, desperate to fulfill her craving, sneaked into the garden to steal the rampion. However, the witch caught him and demanded that he give up the child they were expecting in exchange for his life. He reluctantly agreed. When the child, a girl, was born, the witch took her and named her Rapunzel. She locked Rapunzel in a tall tower with no door, only a window. The only way to enter the tower was by climbing Rapunzel's long, magical hair, which grew to incredible lengths.
As Rapunzel grew, she became beautiful and kind. One day, a prince heard her singing and came to the tower. He discovered how to visit her by calling out to her and using her hair to climb. The two fell in love and planned to escape together. However, the witch found out about the prince and cut off Rapunzel's hair, banishing her to a desolate land. The prince, in despair, wandered through the wilderness until he eventually found Rapunzel again. In the end, Rapunzel and the prince were reunited, and she had twins. They lived happily ever after, free from the witch's control. The story of Rapunzel has been adapted in many forms over the years, including Disney's Tangled, which adds additional elements but keeps the core themes of love, freedom, and overcoming adversity. Child, a girl was born, the witch took her and named her Rapunzel. She locked Rapunzel in a tall tower with no door, only a window. The only way to enter the tower was by climbing Rapunzel's long, magical hair, which grew to incredible lengths. As Rapunzel grew, she became beautiful and kind. One day, a prince heard her singing and came to the tower. He discovered how to visit her by calling out to her and using her hair to climb. The two fell in love and planned to escape together. However, the witch found out about the prince and cut off Rapunzel's hair, banishing her to a desolate land. The prince, in despair, wandered through the wilderness until he eventually found Rapunzel again. In the end, Rapunzel and the prince were reunited, and she had twins. They lived happily ever after, free from the witch's control.
I just feel alive.
Once upon a time, in a world where a magical forest sprawled across ancient lands, a lone dwarf named Braum made his living mining rare gems in the shadow of the Forbidden Woods. The woods were whispered to be home to Maleficent, the powerful and enigmatic sorceress who protected the forest with her magic. Braum had always steered clear of the woods, but fate had other plans. One day, as Braum dug deeper into the mountain, the earth trembled, causing a hidden passage to open. Curious and driven by the possibility of undiscovered treasures, Braum ventured inside. He stumbled upon a glowing green gemstone embedded in the heart of a tree's roots. As soon as he touched it, a surge of magic coursed through, and the air grew cold. A shadow fell over Braum, and when he turned, he found himself face to face with Maleficent. Her dark horns curled against the sky, and her piercing eyes glimmered with both menace and intrigue. "You have trespassed without a welcome," she said, her voice resonating like an ominous melody. "That gem belongs to the heart of this forest." Braum, though startled, summoned his courage. "I meant no harm, Lady Maleficent. I didn't know the stone was yours. It's beautiful." Her lips curled into a slight smile. "Flattery will not save you, little dwarf, but honesty might. What brings you so deep into these lands?" As Braum explained his lifelong dream to find a gem unlike any other one that could cement his legacy, Maleficent saw a spark of genuine passion in him. She decided not to punish him, but instead set a challenge. "If you truly seek greatness," she said, "there is a gem far more extraordinary hidden deep within my woods. A gem that holds the essence of nature's magic. Retrieve it and you may keep it, but beware, for the path is fraught with trials." Braum, both thrilled and wary, accepted the challenge. Maleficent, intrigued by his determination, decided to accompany him. Together they ventured into the depths of the Forbidden Woods, encountering enchanted creatures, ancient puzzles, and tests of wit and courage. Through their journey, Braum's resilience and resourcefulness impressed Maleficent, while her wisdom and power left, and in awe they learned to rely on each other. Braum's strength balanced by Maleficent's magic. Along the way, Braum began to see Maleficent not as a fearsome sorceress, but as a protector of the forest, deeply connected to the land. In the final trial, Braum and Maleficent faced a guardian spirit who tested their unity. When they passed, the spirit revealed the magical gem, a radiant crystal that pulsed with the heartbeat of the forest. "You have proven yourselves worthy," the spirit said. "May this bond you share guide the future of these lands." Braum
Brahm, humbled by the journey, offered the gem to Maleficent, recognizing its significance to her world. But Maleficent, touched by his gesture, allowed him to keep a fragment of it, a token of their adventure. From that day on, Brahm and Maleficent formed an unlikely friendship. Brahm returned to his mountain, inspired to craft. Hurlet. From that day on, Brahm and Maleficent formed an unlikely friendship. Brahm returned to his mountain, inspired to craft treasures that honored the beauty of the Forbidden Woods. Maleficent, meanwhile, found an ally who understood her purpose and respected the magic she guarded. And so the dwarf and the sorceress proved that even the most different of beings could find common ground and perhaps even friendship in the unlikeliest of places. Elven Woods. From that day on, Brahm and Maleficent formed an unlikely friendship. Brahm returned to his mountain, inspired to craft treasures that honored the beauty of the Forbidden Woods. Maleficent, meanwhile, found an ally who understood her purpose and respected the magic she guarded. And so the dwarf and the sorceress proved that even the most different of beings can find common ground and perhaps even friendship in the unlikeliest of places.
आई रेकमेंड न्यू सेंसोडाइन प्रो एनामल किड्स जो डेंटल एक्सपर्ट्स ने खास बच्चों के लिए तैयार किया है।
High above the misty peaks of Mount Elder, a magnificent dragon named Serafino lived in her cavernous nest. Serafino was no ordinary dragon. Her scales shimmered like molten gold, and her fiery breath could light up the darkest of nights. But Serafina's proudest treasures weren't her glittering jewels or ancient scrolls. They were her 3 precious dragon eggs. One morning, as the sun rose over the mountains, Serafina awoke to a heart-stopping discovery. One of her eggs was missing. Her roar echoed through the valleys, a cry of anguish that sent every creature in the forest below scattering in fear. Desperate to find her egg, Serafina soared across the land, her sharp eyes scanning every corner. She visited her closest neighbors, the mountain griffins, and asked if they had seen anything suspicious. But the griffins only shook their heads. Determined, Serafina flew to the enchanted forest, where the wise old owl Eldwin resided. Eldwin had seen many things in his long life, and Serafina hoped he might offer a clue. Eldwin, she said, her voice trembling, one of my eggs has been taken. Have you seen anything usual? The owl blinked his ancient eyes. Indeed, I did see a shadowy figure carrying something precious through the forest last night. They headed toward the Whispering Caves. Without hesitation, Serafina thanked Eldwin and sped toward the Whispering Caves. The caves were dark and filled with treacherous traps, but Serafina's motherly instinct guided her through at last. She found herself in a cavern lit by a strange flickering light. In the center of the room stood a cloaked figure cradling her egg. It was a sorcerer who had stolen the egg to harness its magical energy for his dark experiments. Release my egg! Serafina roared, her golden scales glowing fiercely. The sorcerer sneered, this egg holds great power. Why should I return it to you? Summoning all her courage, Seraphina unleashed a burst of fiery breath, not to harm but to illuminate the cave with dazzling light. The brilliance revealed not only the sorcerer's greed, but also the fragile cracks forming on the egg due to his tampering. Realizing his mistake, the sorcerer dropped the egg and fled. Seraphina rushed to catch it, cradling it gently in her claws. As she carried it back to her nest, the egg began to glow softly, and Seraphina knew her baby dragon inside was still safe. Back in her nest, Seraphina carefully placed the egg alongside its siblings, vowing never to let her guard down again. When the eggs finally hatched weeks later, Seraphina's heart swelled with pride as 3 tiny dragons looked up at her, their eyes filled with trust and love. And from that day on, the story of Seraphina and her missing egg was told across the land, a tale of bravery, love, and the fierce protection of a dragon mother.
पैड पहन लिया बट गीलापन आई एडजस्ट
एडजस्ट दैट चॉइस को करो ट्राई न्यू ऑलवेज
विद न्यू सॉफ्ट टॉप शीट जो गीलापन लॉक करे और दे रैश फ्री फील अब नो गीलापन फील नो रैश फील सो नो एडजस्टमेंट
Once upon a time, in a kingdom divided by light and shadow, there lived a powerful sorceress named Maleficent. She was neither entirely villainous nor wholly virtuous, but walked a path shaped by betrayal, love, and purpose. Born of magic, Maleficent was the guardian of the Dark Woods, a mysterious and an enchanting forest teeming with ancient secrets and creatures untamed by human hands. She wielded power beyond comprehension, her magic rooted in the earth, the sky, and the stars. But Maleficent's story truly began when the kingdom's ruler, King Aldrin, sought to expand his empire. The Dark Woods stood in his way, and its magic was both a threat and a prize he yearned to control Aldrin. Once a friend of Maleficent's in their youth approached her not with peace but with deceit. He pretended to seek an alliance while plotting her downfall. A grand feast was held in the castle to honor the so-called alliance. During the celebration, Aldrin's knights ambushed Maleficent, attempting to sever her bond to the Dark Woods by stealing her enchanted staff. She fought valiantly but was outnumbered in the chaos. Her staff was broken, and she retreated to the woods, gravely injured and betrayed. Racked with pain and rage, Maleficent swore vengeance. She wove a powerful curse that spread through the land. On the ruler's bloodline shall fall a shadow. No heir will sit upon the throne without knowing the price of betrayal. Years later, Princess Alara, King Aldrin's daughter, was born despite her father's sin. She was kind-hearted and curious, often wandering to the edge of the Dark Woods to glimpse the mysterious world within. On her 16th birthday, the curse took hold. A shard of Maleficent's broken staff, hidden within a spindle, pricked Alara's finger. She fell into an enchanted slumber, her fate tied to the magic of the woods. Hearing of the princess's plight, Maleficent approached the castle, not to gloat, but to offer a bargain. She would awaken Alara if the king relinquished his claim to the Dark Woods and restored its broken harmony. Desperate, Aldrin agreed, though his heart burned with resentment. Maleficent awakened the princess, but what she didn't expect was Alara's gratitude. Unlike her father, Alara saw the sorceress as a guardian, not a monster. She returned to the woods with Maleficent, learning its secrets and helping to heal the damage caused by her father's greed. In time, Alara became queen, ruling with wisdom and compassion. She and Maleficent forged an alliance that united the kingdom and the Dark Woods, ensuring a balance between humanity and nature. Maleficent, once feared and misunderstood, became a legend, a reminder that light and darkness exist in all, and that even the most broken souls can find purpose and redemption. Approached her not with beef. In time, Alara became queen, and with wisdom and compassion, she and Maleficent forged an alliance that united the kingdom and the Dark Woods, ensuring a balance between humanity and nature. Maleficent, once feared and misunderstood, became a legend. Reminder that light and darkness exist in all, and that even the most broken souls can find purpose and redemption.
ऐड तो चलता रहेगा, तो क्यों ना हो जाए इस ब्रेक में एक और कप चाय।
New Superstay Teddy Tint from Maybelline, New York. Blurred mattes, no transfer. Maybelline, New York.
Water and the guardian of the lost ocean.
Years after restoring the heart of Te Fiti, Moana has become the respected chief of Motunui. She has led her people back to their voyaging roots, exploring distant islands and uncharted waters. One day an elder tells her of a mysterious place called the Lost Ocean, a mythical realm said to hold secrets of their ancestors.
However,
a fierce guardian known as Tangaroa, the spirit of the deep, is said to protect the realm, keeping it hidden from mortal eyes. Curious and determined to uncover the truth, Moana set sail with her loyal big Boo, the rooster and a crew of young explorers. Along the way, she encounters Maui, who has been living in solitude, reflecting on his past mistakes. After some convincing and playful bickering, Maui agrees to join her quest. A storm of living waves, Tangara tests their resolve by sending giant waves that seem to have minds of their own. A forest of floating islands, they must navigate through islands tethered by massive vines where creatures never seen before roam. A sea of memories, Moana is confronted with visions of her ancestors, learning about their bravery and sacrifices. When they finally reach the lost ocean, Tangaroa appears as a towering, shape-shifting water spirit. He challenges Moana, questioning her motives. Why do mortals always take without thought of giving back? Moana passionately argues that her people seek connection, not conquest, and promises to protect the ocean's gifts. To prove her worth, Tangara sets a final trial. Moana must find the Echo Pearl, hidden deep within the ocean's heart. Alongside Maui, she dives into the abyss, confronting shadowy creatures and her deepest fears. Maui sacrifices his magical fish hook to save Moana during their escape, proving he too has grown. Moana retrieves the Echo Pearl and offers it to Tangaroa, showing her respect and humility, moved by her courage and sincerity. Tangaroa reveals the lost ocean to be a sanctuary of endangered marine